as it looks. Nah, hill got steep, we need a little push. Back up, hard to believe you can see under the hood. Go ahead and look, yeah, let's go. Roll up in a new one, sounding like a bazooka. See me and they froze, I'm calling the whip Medusa. Willy Wonka paint, they saltier than Veruca. Even with a new tux, promise it wouldn't suit ya. Whoa, put my family on the payroll, I can't do this on my own.
Said they had a message for me, told them leave it at the tone.
Nowadays I spin the globe just to see where I should go.
Hey, the kid is hopscotch and doing numbers on the road. Doing numbers at the shows, put your number in my phone. I don't miss, I just reload. If I did, I might explode. Got the glue up on the door, guess I'm sticking to the code. Think I need it, but I don't. Got these bars all in the whip, yeah, it's like I'm on patrol. Got my hand on everything, it's never out of my control. They've been giving me some praise, if you do, I'm not opposed. Not the one that you should worship, I got someone you should know.
Tell them how it is, I don't beat around the bush. Yeah, made it look easy, wasn't easy as it looks. Nah, hill got steep, we need a little push. Back up, hard to believe you can see under the hood.
Hey, yo!
Go ahead and look, yeah.
Yo!
Looking like I'm a no one. I don't gotta dress to impress, they already know us. Know a couple cold ones, take one to no one. Only ever call when they need me, I ain't a tow truck.
Heard you got
Good
your
to
favorites
see
in your phone 'cause
you.
you don't have time.
One is for my girl and the other.
Alright, cut the music. Bam! Oh, no, I was recording an offline video. I had to get rid of chat. Hello. You're back. It's good to see you. Hello, Lumatone Beck. Hello, Yotion. Hello, Toonie. Thank you for the gifties. Thank you for this. Big Blue, thank you for the 12 months. Archeron Boy, thank you for the 47. Appreciate that. Thank you for the 17, Toonie. Good to see you all. We are back. Where's the flannel? It's too high. I told you. It's too high. Actually, I'm going to turn the air down right now. I got to turn the air down right fucking now. No, it wasn't easy as it looks. Oh, I'm not doing coke already. Dude, Ari's chefing up some soup in there that smells fucking good. So I might have to do a big old soup slurping in the middle of the stream. I'm gonna be honest. I'll tell you early. I'm gonna slurp up some soup because she's making it and it smells fucking good. Hello. Good to see you. Been off for 2 days. I understand. I feel I get it. And nothing happened in the world. I left for 2 days and there was not any news. Nothing for me to cover. So, yeah, I don't know. I just got crazy busy. And then I didn't sleep well. And so I was like, I gotta catch up. Plus Ari stuff. What was I going to say? Oh, dude. I'm just going to tell you guys right now because you're early to stream. And you can't tell anybody. You got to keep it on the low because I want to make this video perfect. I got to sit down with a guy who worked as a risk officer at a major bank for like 30 years. And I had a 3-hour interview, all recorded. And then I got to really go in detail. Like he showed me in detail some of the tricks the banks are using to hide, I'll just say bad loans because I'll go into it in the video. And it was fascinating, bro. It was fascinating. I was like, I mean, some of it was spooky, but it was fascinating. Anyway, what's wild is after the interview, he sends me an email and he's like, hey, bro, just to be clear, for the purpose of my job, I can't be pissing off regulators or major banks. We have to, so we're figuring out how to say it exactly, but it's legit. I mean, it was legit. I'm so glad I got to do that interview. So it might take a little bit, but that is a project that I'm very excited to be working on. I'm very excited to be working on it because it's just it was like actual spreadsheets, you know. It's actually like real shit. It's like this number is this number, this is why they do it, and this is the exact steps. I was impressed. Anyway, any hoot. A couple things we're gonna do today. Talk about the update on the Gen Z protest in Nepal. That's pretty fascinating, honestly. Maybe the new stuff about the Klarna IPO. I could delay that. Maybe. Could wait for some more details. I'm going to play some Silk Song for sure. I've been fiending. I've been fucking fiending. That's all I wanted to do yesterday. But I decided to wait till I could go live. So I'll do some Silk Song. And then probably I'll do a Smallville like at around 9:30 or 10 or something. Sometimes around then. If you're still up for that. That sounds like a good stream to ease back into it. Okay, that sounds fucking good. But first we do the vibe part. Well, how you guys been? What's going on? How are you? What are you thinking about? You been chill? You've been fuck news. I've been doing only Silk Song all day, every day. That's why they make good games. That's why good games exist, for when you need to disengage. Adish moved last weekend, finally left Boston, or just moving around Boston like a guy trapped in hell. Okay? Just moving to a different part of Boston you're still in Boston, bro. I'm outside of Boston now. Oh, you're getting farther away. Every Bostonian, one step at a time, they try to get out. Adish equals Aiden. Well, his name is Aiden. I'm telling you, everybody, where you live and what your name is. Yeah. What else should I tell him about you, Adish? But he is also named Aiden. I don't think that's a secret. Greatest fears? Soup time!
Hot though.
Well, who would want cold soup? You know, I'm looking for a gazpacho.
Yeah, frick gazpacho.
Yeah. Thanks, babe.
This to gazpacho.
Yeah, tell him.
Some focus. I'm seeing if anyone.
Hey, man, I got bad news. Well, I mean, there's a lot of bad news in the world.
Yeah,
This is like pretty minor.
Personal bad news or general?
The bad news is that I heard today
Uh-oh.
that Slay the Spire 2 got delayed
No!
till 2026.
Nah! Wait, I knew that.
You knew that?
I expected it to come out next year, yeah.
Oh, well, I thought it was supposed to be this year. I heard it got delayed.
No, I heard it was next year, so.
Pretty sad. I mean, yeah.
By the way, because Hades 2 will be on Switch.
Oh, yeah, you still can play Hades 2.
Yeah, I'll be like, what are you...
That's how you're going to play it?
I guess everyone else is a gazpacho hater, too.
Yeah, not a lot of gazpacho fans in chat.
I'm just... Slay this. I guess they want you to play Silk Song.
Yeah, I'm going to.
That's great.
That is great.
Yeah. I'm reading comments. Something you don't do.
By all means, read them for me. Listen, I'm not a good streamer. I don't know how to read these fucking chat messages. We need a pro in here.
It is like kind of fast though. I love ban that person.
Ban the gazpacho lover?
Yeah.
I want to create an environment of freedom. I don't want a 1984.
I can't catch up.
What kind of soup is it?
It's just chicken soup with rice, not noodle.
Chicken soup with rice, folks. We're dealing with one of the all-time classics here. It's got some mushroom. It's too hot for me to eat right now.
Do you want to put ice in it?
No, I'll just wait.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah. Cool.
Ari's the GOAT. Gordon Ramsay. You see that Tucker Carlson Institute insinuate that Sam Altman killed a man? I saw Sam Altman kill. I'm not even gonna hide it like Tucker Carlson. I saw Sam Altman kill a man. You heard it right here. Atrioc breaking news. Sam Altman took out a gun and shot a guy right in front of me and then said, shh, like this. So, Sam Killaman. That was his old name. He changed it to protect his identity. Can't keep a secret? Yeah, I guess I should have kept this secret. He told me, wait, what is this? Oh, thank you to Catch a Can for the 5 gifties. Appreciate it. Tech CEOs are crazy. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think they're pretty fucking crazy. Only thing Sam kills is the vibe. He is a bit of a vibe downer. There's no getting around that. Although I haven't seen any OpenAI announcements recently. There was that guy who he worked for. There was like a guy that worked for Grok and then sold all of his stock, like $10 million worth, and then downloaded the entire Grok code base and then went to OpenAI. He just like ripped it off or something. It was crazy. Okay, Dr. Seuss. There once was a man that worked for Grok. He sold all of his stock. Yeah, he just kind of dipped out. I'm not a hundo P what happened or but yeah, he just dipped. It was crazy. Mr. Lard Bucket, thank you for the 5 gifties. Did you have a message that you wanted me to read? No, not really. You didn't post. You just give the 5 gifted. Thank you. Think he sold to a Chinese company? Yeah, I did hear that, but I don't have confirmation. I heard Elon stole his AI waifu. I mean, Sam Altman and Elon Musk have had beef forever. They've had beef since day one. Since Elon Musk invested money into OpenAI and then said, hey, for this company to be big, it needs to make me the head and face and CEO of it. I need full control. And they said no. And so he dipped, and then OpenAI still got big. And they've been pissed off ever since. One slurp. Damn, that's good soup. Holy. Hope you're well. Good luck. I'm great. I played ball with Stans this morning, 1-on-1. I'll just say it. We played 2 games of 1-on-1. I lost the first one. I won the second. And I've never beat Stans 1-on-1 before. It was a big day for me. It was a big day. All right? It was a big day. Were you late? Oh, my God. Are you going to... What do you think? You think I was late to meeting Stans for basketball when we said specifically 10 a.m.? Come on now. Let's fucking be real. Let's not throw around crazy accusations. Are you counting the fact that you get a 10-minute buffer? Are you counting the fact that you get a 10-minute buffer? Everyone gets a buffer. I was there at 10:10. Okay? I was there 10 minutes after. Exactly. I'm within the buffer, which means I'm not late. I'm fashionably late. Yeah, I'm fashionably late. Yeah, I had to get gas. And if you have to get gas, you get a 30-minute extension minimum. And I only use 10. I had to get gas, dude. That's the fucking thing. I was 20 minutes early because I had to get gas. I thought you drove a Tesla. You thought I drove a Tesla. Have you seen my content ever? Well, if there's one car I wouldn't have in all the world, I'm trying to smuggle in a Chinese EV. And you ask if I have a Tesla. It's not just a Tesla. It's a Cybertruck, okay? And it's the coolest car there is. Don't say Atrioc has a Tesla. Atrioc has 3 different Cybertrucks with different wraps on them. Okay? It's a fucking... I'm not part of the regular Tesla crowd. I'm a Cybertruck guy. We're different and we're cooler. Did you decorate it like the Warthog? One of them I did. Dude, I saw a Cybertruck yesterday while driving through LA. I'll see if I can... That had the ugliest... Yeah, it was this. It was this. I guess multiple people have, but this is exactly what I saw. It was this, dude. It was the Magma Cybertruck. I saw this in Los Angeles. Oh, wait, I need the chat back. It was so badass. It was so wicked, dude. Imagine pulling up to the bank in one of these. Imagine dropping your kid off at school in the Magma Cybertruck, dude. That shit is heat. No, and you gotta know, it ain't a Cybertruck unless it's got a parking job that's on the line. It's fucking just classic. You can't find a Cybertruck picture where it's not double parked. There's not one on the internet because they never, ever, ever fucking park in the lines. Oh, dude, that's awesome. That is fucking awesome. It deserves 2 slots. Yeah, it's like how a stronger boss in Silksong does double damage, does 2 slots of damage. The Cybertruck is just better than regular cars. It gets 2 slots. I saw a Cybertruck with "I bought this before Elon went crazy" bumper sticker. Cybertruck's not that old. Cybertruck is part of him going crazy. The guy who loves the Cybertruck, but really, I just don't like Elon Musk. I'm sorry, but I can't stand him really, but I love the pure clean aesthetic of the Cybertruck. Certainly a rare character is what I'll say. Certainly a rarity. Do you think Elon Musk will still pay the legal bills of someone? Yeah, you guys remember that? Elon Musk said, if anyone ever gets fired for anything they post on Twitter, I'm such a free speech guy that I will pay your legal bills. And then I never heard about that again. That's just interesting. It doesn't feel like that. No, a lot of people got fired over Charlie Kirk stuff. A lot of people who were very supposedly anti-cancel culture are now trying to get people fired. And Elon Musk is not somehow stepping up to pay their legal bills. Are you celebrating September by gifting me a sub? Well, you have to understand, September is really a streamer holiday. If I gift you a sub, that's like me gifting you a gift on my birthday. Okay? Do you understand that? It's not really... It actually feels a little tacky to ask. More realistically, you should do that too. You don't pay for your birthday dinner? Well, I do pay if I had a birthday dinner, but you shouldn't be. I think most people don't, right? It's not. If it's a birthday dinner for you, they don't be like, okay, here's the bill, everybody. Usually people pay. Yeah, it's your birthday. You've had a lot of birthday dinners? All right, you're calling me old. Really? We're starting this early. You're going to call me old. You didn't even know if I was alive 2 days ago. I disappeared without a trace. Everyone is fucking deathly worried. Everyone in chat, probably 50,000 of you were in chat and just like, please, where's Atrioc? Please, please, please. We need him back. And then I come back and you're already calling me old and saying I do cocaine or whatever. Doesn't feel very classy, is all I'll say. Doesn't feel very classy. Ooh. Okay, wait. I do need to record something for Adish because he lives in the fucking frozen wastes and his time zone is that it's 2 a.m. where he is, and he is just completely in the dark. The hinterlands. Boss called in the quota. It's what it feels like, Captain Suckbutt. That's what it feels like. It feels like when Elon Musk was fucking mad at Asmongold because he's like, your editors control you. You're not your own man. He was right, dude. He was right about Asmongold, and he's right about me. My editors control me. I'm not my own man. And I appreciate the wise Socrates-esque wisdom of Captain Suckbutt. A true philosopher of the chat. Elon was right about everything. Okay, I'm back. Okay, don't say that. Don't say, oh yeah, slurp that soup, sloop, slurper. I guess that's a tongue twister. Just calm down. Just fucking calm down. For real though, what soup are you having? We talked about it. We discussed the soup at length. Human Sam. Are the rumors true? Are you fast and agile? Who said this? Because they are true. But who said it? Who said this? Because I am fast and agile. Okay? People said this. People have been saying this. And I'm glad. Not Stans? Was it Stans? Is Stans talking about how I'm fast and agile? Because I was moving. I was fucking moving on the court today. A little fake, a little spin. Listen, I've been doing my pull-ups. And I'm not talking about diapers. Before you make an old joke. I've been doing pull-ups like this. Okay? And I've been cooking. I've been cooking with gasolina. Don't run. I've seen too many of my aunts and uncles fucking up their knees in a foot race. What do you mean too many? How often could this have happened to you that you're watching your aunts and uncles in foot races destroy their knees? That sounds so uncommon. That could happen one time, maybe. What kind of family tree do you have? Another uncle lost. Another auntie lost. They just can't stop foot racing. It's in their blood. They love racing so much. I told them their sisters and brothers all fell. Oh, wait. My volume's too loud, bro. Nobody told me. Bro, nobody fucking told me I'm too loud. It's peaking. It's fine. No, you're not. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Atrioc, you're great. You're perfect. Everything you're saying is wonderful. Atrioc, this is the top tier of all content on the internet. Change nothing, you perfect man. Oh, all right. If you're going to say it that way. Thoughts on your podcast co-host eating cat food? Dude, the crazy thing about you saying that is it could be either one. If you said it to one of them, they would know which one did it, and it wouldn't be me. But if you say it to me, I really can't. It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50, dude. It's Def Doug. Probably Doug for the charity stream, right? I haven't seen all of it, but I did see that he became a published author. And of course, I bought his book. I have a big collection of books. I'm not going to not have a Doug story in my library. That's a powerful book. I'm going to read it every night. I think I bought 2 copies, actually. Just one for a gift. It's for charity anyway. You should donate. You should buy one. It's a gripping tale. Read it to us on stream. Well, every word is the word Doug for 200 pages, so maybe not. Maybe not. Can I give a book recommendation? You can give it, but whether I purchase it and read it is another question. Dude, this reminds me. This is such a throwback. Okay, I'll say it anyway. I'll say it. We go no direction with this. Okay, so it's like March of 2023. It is in a 6-month period where I'm not streaming. And I'm reading a lot every day. Among other things I'm working on, but I'm reading a lot. Some guy DMs me a 9-paragraph DM. And he goes, it's about everything. And it's about his life. And it's about all. And at the end of it, he goes, I promise you, this book is perfect for you in this trying time. You need to read it. And I'm vulnerable in this moment. So I read the whole thing, and it's touching, and it's moving. And I go, okay. And I buy the book. The book is absolute ass. I'm not going to say the book. I'm not going to say it anymore. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Yeah. So that is just a funny story. I've forgotten about that till you said that just now. Maybe he sold 1 copy. For anyone naming a famous, it was not a very famous, well-known book. It was like it didn't have a ton of copies sold. It was a smaller book, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. It was so bad. To be fair, I didn't finish it. I probably got like a third halfway through. It was bad. Maybe it clutches up at the end. It was called The Hungry Caterpillar, yeah. And I'm hungry. Like the eponymous caterpillar. Big A, have you seen Hank Green's video on electricity becoming like housing? No, I haven't seen that. I have not seen that. I must have missed Hank Green's video on electricity becoming like housing. Maybe we'll watch it. But what I wonder why... Well, I have to record. God, fucking 8ish cracks the whip. He cracks the whip. The thing is, I want to eat this soup. All right, very short video, and then I'll jump immediately into it, okay? Is that fair? Very short video. There's a video. Speaking of Tesla, actually, we talked about Cybertruck. This video came out. We investigated Tesla's Autopilot. It's scarier than you think. I don't know too much about Tesla Autopilot, but it just came out. Has fucking 600K views. It's 9 minutes long. Let's watch it. Let's see what they think makes it scary. I haven't heard much. Outside of day 1 where they had some weird issue. I don't think anyone died, but there was weird issues. I haven't heard more, so let's see.
For nearly a decade, Tesla promised self-driving cars.
Next year, by the end of the year, probably around, second quarter of next year.
This summer, we got to see what they actually looked like.
Might want to dial back your expectation.
One customer capturing footage of a left turn gone wrong, and others traveling in cars exceeding posted speed limits.
On a scale of kindergarten through 12th grade, the pilot tests that they're running are like first or second grade.
I have seen that video of it doing the wrong turn. That was like the one big example on day 1. However, I want my robot self-driving car to exceed the speed limit. Okay, I want it to have a little fucking grip it and rip it attitude. I don't want a pussy driver. I don't want a driver that's gonna like, I'm just gonna go 15 in the school zone. I want to get there. I want to get there is what I'm saying. I want to get there on time, ideally. I'm already late to meeting Stans for basketball. I can't be later. Oh, yeah, I want MKBHD edition. I want a button I can press where it knows how to feed a little speed to the ride. And ideally, it's a win-win for me because if there is an accident, it's really the fault of Tesla and their software, not of me. So it's actually a double win. I don't want, as long as I don't protected of legal liability, you should go as fast as you humanly can. Not even inhumanly can.
But here's what's scarier. While Tesla was failing to deliver that promise, they sold versions of that technology to hundreds of thousands of people.
Let's see how it works.
They called it,
And we are turning.
Autopilot and full self-driving.
Oh, dear Jesus.
This gambit made Tesla one of the most valuable companies in the world. But the gap between promise and reality has consequences.
A driver using the electric car maker's Autopilot system died after crashing into a highway barrier last month.
People believed Tesla when the company called it self-driving. They crashed into fire trucks, concrete barriers, parked cars. Federal investigators tied hundreds of crashes and 14 deaths to the technology. They said Tesla's marketing misled people about what the cars could actually do. Now, one lawsuit by a single state agency.
I mean, yeah, not even just the marketing, the name. If you call it Autopilot, people expect it to automatically pilot. When you call it full self-driving, people assume it will fully self-drive. It's not full self-driving plus a human has to be yeah, if you call it cruise control, that makes more sense. Cruise control is like a different promise.
Could rein it in.
The lawsuit claims Elon Musk's company is misleading customers about the car's self-driving capabilities.
If Tesla loses this case, they're going to get walloped with a whole bunch of more legal actions against them.
This is how Tesla made millions of people test subjects for an unfinished technology, and how one lawsuit may be the beginning of the end.
We want to have a great sports car that you'd buy even if it wasn't electric.
The excitement surrounding Tesla's release is almost electric.
To understand how Tesla's entire future now hangs on technology they may not actually have, you need to know how this thing all started.
Okay, guys, if you're fed up with paying high gas prices, why not pull the plug?
Before Tesla, electric cars were boring.
Is this a Chevy Volt?
After, they were cooler than a Porsche. But that made Tesla just a car company. Musk wanted more. He wanted a network of self-driving cars.
That's really the difference between Tesla being worth a lot of money and being
yeah,
worth
it's in my video too, okay?
Tesla didn't yet have the technology. So Tesla made a bet. While other companies tested this stuff in controlled environments, Tesla sold early versions of it to customers, calling it Autopilot and full self-driving. Wall Street loved it.
Tesla's reached escape velocity. Given autonomous driving, we think that in the next 5 years, the stock could actually go to 4,000.
But other companies started catching up.
What year was that?
Tesla decided everyone else was wrong about how to build.
What year did she say that? What an absurd fucking claim. Well, what is it right now? 395. Jesus Christ.
Autonomous cars. They decided they could do it cheaper and better. And that's where this whole thing goes sideways.
What Tesla is doing with this single sensor flies in the face of what you are going to be taught at every university with a robotics program.
The fucking B-roll of her walking out of the bathroom.
What you are going to be taught at every university with a robotics program.
This is Missy Cummings. She is a former fighter pilot who now runs the autonomous robotics lab at George
She
Mason.
uses the bathroom like you and me.
Why would Tesla choose such a risky approach? Well, to get that, first look at what they were betting against. I asked Missy about Waymo, the industry leader.
You know, the big difference is this huge LiDAR contraption on the top. It uses this sensor to build that world model.
You know what's funny is I think the top of the Waymo with the big, with the LiDAR on it, it makes me feel safe even if I don't know how the technology works. So what I think Tesla should do is not spend a bunch of money getting all this radar shit. They should make a plastic fake one and put it on the top of Teslas. So that when I get in, I'm like, okay, I feel safe. There's clearly a lot going on. There's clearly lights and sound, like things are happening that makes me feel, I want to feel safe. Because then you can keep the costs underneath Waymos. It's ugly though. The thing is, I think it being ugly actually helps the customer feel safe. It's like, you guys know how Red Bull can make Red Bulls taste better? But when they tried that, they thought customers didn't think it was actually giving them energy. Red Bull specifically makes Red Bull taste worse because people think, oh, it's giving me energy because it has to taste like this in order to have the energy chemicals in there. People get a better fucking feeling out of it. So I think it's the same with Waymo. The fact that it has this ugly stuff on it makes you think, okay, the only reason that would be there is because it's for my safety.
I asked Missy about Waymo, the industry leader.
You know, the big difference is this huge LiDAR contraption on the top. It uses this sensor to build that world model using laser beams.
These laser beams are incredibly precise, but they can't see very far. That's where radar comes in.
What you can't really see, there is a radar here.
Radar's not as precise, but it sees far away. It gives the big picture that lasers can't. And then there are cameras that pull everything together.
These are the basically 3 sets of sensors that you would need to drive this car in a self-driving mode.
Every major self-driving...
Have I told the story about how I always wanted to write a movie about...
car
to drive this?
I want to write a movie about car thieves set in like 2046. It's always been my dream. Future heist, yeah. I have told this then. And they use, like, for example, like they draw a white circle around a car so they think it's traffic lines and it can't move. And they use it to like loot the car. I think that'd be so sick. Like it's all these different tricks. Or like you have a radar jammer and you're driving through the fucking thing and it makes all these things crash and then I think that'd be fucking sick, dude. An exciting theater watch. Yeah, it would be like Drive, but doesn't get shitty. It'd be like the beginning of Drive, and then they make the rest of the movie like that. Okay?
Car in a self-driving mode.
Every major self-driving car company has taken
What's the plot? The plot is the movie is exactly 90 minutes long, and they steal cars for 90 minutes. And at the end of it, they go, wow, that was a good heist. And it's badass. It's badass. Everyone is fucking happy. And they're like, that was fucking cool. How many explosions? Maybe a couple. I think this bangs on Netflix. You're telling me you're sitting on your couch, you got your phone out, and you need a movie in the background to kind of have on while you're distracting your brain. And you're not putting on Future Heist? You're not clicking on Future Heist? Get ludicrous? You guys are just recreating Fast and the Furious. It's not Fast and the Furious. This movie would have... Who would this have? This would have... The Rizzler. No, this wouldn't have Rizzler. Dave Bautista? That's a good pick. Dave Bautista and Jack Black? No, not Jack Black. Dave Bautista and it needs like Tony Hawk. It would have Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful would play one of the bankers that gets robbed. He would be like, can't wait to drive my brand new 2049 Mercedes. And then he walks out, and then the heister are like already pulling away with it, and they're like, deuces, Mr. Wonderful, out the window, and he shakes his fist. Okay? Not my watch. Oh my God. Dude, Mr. Wonderful, he's set up his fucking brand new deluxe supercar to only unlock when he touches his fucking luxury watch to the handle. Okay? The watch is the only way to unlock it. And he goes to unlock his car, and it's like, and it's not unlocking. And he looks at his fucking watch. It's a fake. They replaced it. It's got like a Mickey Mouse on the handle or on the fucking dials. And it's like, oops. And he's fucking shocked, and he's furious, and he runs back inside to find the guards. And then that's when our star, and I need a star. I need a fucking star. I need like a young... I need like a young Clooney. I need like a young... I need a young Gosling. I need Barack Obama. That's when Barack Obama in his Hollywood career debut steps out of the shadows, and he's wearing Mr. Wonderful's watch. Swipes it, gets in. Put the pedal to the metal, Batista. Batista plays himself, by the way. Dave Batista plays himself as an actor turned car thief. Okay? And then they fucking drive out of there. Peel out. And then Batista rolls down the window, throws a cigarette out, hits a fucking line of gas that explodes Mr. Wonderful's mansion, looks back at Obama, says, nice tan suit. Obama adjusts his tan suit, and they drive off into the fucking sunset. It's actually cinema. It's actually cinema. It's actually chills. This would actually make a lot of money. The Fast and the Futurious. Name needs work, but we're getting there.
Except Tesla. They only use one of these three technologies, cameras.
You can absolutely be superhuman with just cameras.
They call it Tesla vision or computer vision.
The best that computer vision can do is 97%.
This is exactly what we talked about on Lemonade Stand 4 months ago or something. 3 months ago. I think all of this, every detail of it. So I'm just...
3 out of 100 situations that they're confronted with, they get wrong.
If 3 out of 100 flights ended in a crash, no one would fly.
Yeah.
You cannot fix this with computer vision, at least not in today's technology, and I don't think in my lifetime.
Which brings us back to the obvious question. Why is Tesla going this route?
I think for them it makes financial sense. All the other sensors are quite expensive.
Those extra sensors, they cost tens of thousands of dollars.
I mean, you might say this, but they're way cheaper now. That is the real problem. It's not that Tesla found a way to do it massively cheaper and it's a little riskier. It's a lot riskier and not much cheaper because this stuff the more it's been used, the more the cost has gone way down.
And when more than half of your company's value depends on selling autonomous vehicles for under $30K.
This is really a money situation.
This created a war inside the company between engineers trying to build safe systems and Musk pushing for marketable features. Here's how far Musk was willing to go.
X.com. The greatest website on the internet.
In 2016, Musk shared this promo video titled "Full Self-Driving Hardware on All Teslas." The car is driving itself. Problem is, the video was fake. Here's how we found out.
What?
A man died crashing into a highway wall while using Autopilot. During the ensuing trial, Tesla's own Autopilot director was forced to testify. Under oath, he admitted their famous demo video was staged.
Oh,
the route
shit.
predetermined and mapped prior to filming. In fact, the car crashed into a fence during initial testing.
That's actually kind of spooky to know because at NVIDIA, they had tests like this, non-LiDAR, camera-based car test. It wasn't for Tesla, but it was for some NVIDIA self-driving thing. And they would be always zooming around the parking lots and stuff. One of them probably was about to slam into me, bro. I remember this like in 2017, 18. They would just drive all around.
This wasn't a one-time incident. When naming the system, engineers wanted Copilot. Musk demanded Autopilot. Engineers warned against removing radar from the technology. Musk ripped it out anyway. People resigned. And the impact was almost immediate.
So this is the classic phantom braking.
Dude, it is funny that so many stories of Tesla engineering are like, the engineers were actually incredible. They knew exactly what to do. And he single-handedly made this single choice. It's not like they all voted on it. It's not like he's like, I think personally this has to be Autopilot. And we have to get rid of radar. That's crazy.
Example.
Shadows, overpasses, anything can fool the camera, causing the car to stop.
It's a problem for all computer vision systems. That's why you have multiple sensors.
The Washington Post analyzed the data. In the 22 months before dropping radar, there were 34 official reports of phantom braking. In the 3 months after Tesla started to phase out radar, reports jumped to over 100.
Jesus.
In December of 2022, California regulators decided to act.
A DMV claims the words autopilot and full self-driving are misleading.
The state sued Tesla for deceptive advertising. If Tesla loses, they owe customers millions and get banned from the state for a month.
The downside risk for Tesla is significant here. Losing here would be really bad for them.
This is Eric Goldman, a law professor who specializes in
I didn't know this part. This is an interesting part of the video.
It has always boggled my mind how Tesla keeps reiterating its central claim that drivers can treat their cars as autonomous. If in fact that's not true.
Autopilot is a terrible name. Full self-driving is on its surface just false advertising in my mind.
Tesla's defense? This is marketing, protected speech. We never said our cars are autonomous. Look at our disclaimers. They even rebranded to full self-driving, supervised. In the past, this defense worked. For years, Tesla
isn't the fact they rebranded proof that they realized what a terrible name the first one is? Hey, by the way, I'm instituting a new program. It's called the Free Money for Subs program. Okay? Every subscriber who subscribes to me will be getting free money. There is some T's and C's, but who gives a shit? Think of the title. There's a couple T's and C's. Small print. Who cares? But it's the free money program. And you are going to be eligible for free money. Psychotic, thank you for the 6 months. Welcome to the FMP, free money program. Ratchety Poo, thank you for welcome to the FMP. Just Mark, I tell you like free money. Dank Deb, PhD, thank you for the free money. Toter is cool, thank you for the 25 months. A lot of free money in the future for you. Asterisk. Cedric IRL, thank you for the tier 1. Vec, 17, thank you for the prime. This is how what works in real. This is how Elon got the stock price up. This is how Elon got the stock price up, bro. It works in real time. Okay, I'm sorry. I do have to do a slight update. Peter Lupp, thank you for the gift and welcome to the free money program. However, slight update. We are changing the free money program's name. It is now the free money program reverse. It's the free money program reverse in parentheses. And it implies that the money is really free in sort of a reverse funnel situation to the streamer. But it's still the FMP that you know and love. It's still the free money program. Solo, see, I'm getting more primes afterwards. Chillcrest, thank you for 37 months.
Has faced lawsuits from investors, customers, and victims around the company's self-driving claims. Those cases were dismissed or settled. But that's changing. In August, one finally broke through. And then there's Florida.
A Miami jury has found Elon Musk's car company Tesla was partly responsible for a deadly crash in Florida involving its Autopilot driver assist technology.
Okay.
The company must pay the victims more than $240 million in damages.
The judge wrote that a reasonable jury could find that Tesla showed reckless disregard of human life for the sake of developing their product and maximizing profit.
Are you going to tell me that's a crime now? What is this country coming to if you can't have reckless disregard for human life for the sake of developing your product and maximizing profit? This is woke. This is fucking woke. Excuse me? Huh, I guess they never made a mistake in their lives. That's such a funny thing to say to a judge when you get sentenced for a crime. Huh, interesting. Interesting, Your Honor. I guess you never made a mistake in your life. Well, that's it. I didn't know this whole jury had never made a mistake before. Oh, that's so interesting. You learn something every day. Well, I didn't know it was a crime to not be perfect, Your Honor.
But the case in Florida might be a blip compared to California.
They really, really don't want anyone to conclude as a matter of law that Tesla has lied about the fact that these vehicles can operate autonomously.
This case has been dragging through the courts for a few years. A decision is finally expected in October. But here's the problem for Tesla. Even if Tesla wins, other states can still file their own lawsuits. All they win is the status quo. But if Tesla loses, they could be banned from their biggest state market. And it becomes a legal fact that their autonomous vehicles aren't real.
They're going to get walloped with a whole bunch of more legal actions against them, likely by both governments and by private plaintiffs bringing class action lawsuits. It seems like they would be writing very, very large checks to a lot of different people for having misled them.
Was that the end? Oh, wow. It almost makes you wish that I had fucking been seriously injured in a Tesla accident so I could sue them. RIP your 401k if Tesla goes down. I agree it would be bad for people's 401ks in general. Are you under the impression that I have a 401k in Tesla? Have you ever seen my content ever? Are you under the impression that I have allocated my money to half gold, half Tesla, half AI? 100% foolproof. Does he mean SPY? He does, but I don't have that either. You do half Tesla, half Doge. You're sort of right. I changed it to 70% Doge, 30% Tesla. Not because I don't believe in Elon Musk's great mission to get us to Mars. I just think Doge is like closer to helping humanity. It's more important in the now. So I have a lot more Doge. I'm all in on railroads. They're the lifeblood of this nation. You sound like Stans, dude. All of Stans' money is in waste management, the trash pickup company. And he's like, trash is the lifeblood of this nation. America runs on trash. They're always going to be trash. There always has been trash. Someone's got to pick it up. It's a powerful statement. He's not really wrong. Dude, I remember when I was visiting Italy. I was visiting Italy, and I had just, I don't know, it was ice cream or a bag of chips or something. I had trash in my hands. I had eaten something and I had trash, and I was going to throw it away, and a person there told me, don't throw it away. You can't throw away your trash because the mafia is doing a strike on trash pickup. I was not allowed to throw away the trash. Because the mafia controlled the trash services. Okay? And so they were doing like it was crazy. It was wild. I mean, I was like, all right, fine. I'll put it in my bag. Just the union. Yeah, it was just the union. I mean, he didn't say the word mafia, I don't think. He was just like, but, the mafia, like the Kai Cenat Mafia-thon. Yeah, he said, Kai told me. This is in Italy 10 years ago, but he's like, Kai Cenat told me that you can't toss the trash away because he's trying to fucking, put pressure on the city government. And then he slurped sloop. Yeah. Slurped sloop. Slurped soup. Jesus Christ, getting a stroke. Can you eat that soup any louder, bro? Do you guys want me to do one big slurp for the fans? Because I can. I definitely can. I definitely can. I could slurp it way fucking louder. So mute up. Mute up, because this is Henry Cavill's fault. The actor, not the fucking chatter. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that. Enough slurping, okay? Oh! Let's talk about Nepal. Nepal update! Okay, listen. Hold up. Nepal update. Here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing. Normally, I do not do updates on stories so quickly. We just did a discussion on the Gen Z protests in Nepal. However, the update is so insane that I have to cover it. Okay, quick refresher. Nepal, between India and China, little country in the Himalayas. Okay? Massive Gen Z protests upending the political establishment of the country. Here, basically happened like this. Wait. I have to do it in order. Okay? Oh, shit. I was supposed to delete all these. Wait. Hold up. Relax. God, relax. Everybody say nothing. Respond nothing. Do nothing. Okay? Don't speak. Don't talk. Okay. Catching you up on the Gen Z Nepal protests. Okay, so very quick refresher in case you missed it. People in Nepal, especially young people, start getting really mad at all these rich, well-connected Nepo kids that are they're living luxurious lifestyles on the public dime. They all have rich, well-connected parents in the government, and they are traveling and buying Louis Vuitton and living lives of luxury while they live in poverty. Okay? This trends on social media. So, in response, the government banned social media. They cracked down completely on almost every form of social media. At which point, everyone in Nepal loses their shit. Everyone Gen Z in Nepal loses their shit. Okay? They take to the streets. They can no longer communicate. They're already pissed off at the government. They go crazy. Okay? At which point, the protests escalate. The local police fire into the crowd, killing 19 students. The students go, at that point, berserk, burn down parliament. Burn down parliaments, burn down a lot of these rich, well-connected people's houses, and lead to the overthrow of the government. Okay? At which point, the prime minister resigns, steps down, and flees. And now, that was where the reporting stopped. This is like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And so that was caught up. And I said, when this happened, there's a big question mark as to what happens next. And my guess was the power vacuum would not be filled by, the angry mob, but likely by the military, someone stepping in to seize control. That's what happens a lot in other countries when this happens. And I was like, I'm cautiously pessimistic about what will happen. Okay? It's a cool protest and it's a good movement. And I see their cause, but I was worried about the power vacuum. But I want to follow up what's happened since, because it's pretty shocking. So number one thing that happened since is we got a lot of incredibly hard photos. Incredibly hard, generationally iconic photos have come out of what has happened since. Okay? We got this one. We got people taking selfies as Parliament burns. I mean, it is as Gen Z of a protest as you can possibly imagine. We got Gen Z protesters doing TikTok dances after burning the Parliament building. We got Subway Surfers IRL. These are actual TikToks coming out of Nepal, okay? So that's all happening. But the real question was, who would seize power? Well, what's going to happen next, okay? This is that question mark. Who is after this prime minister? So I want to introduce probably the likely candidate, which is General Ashok Sigdel, the leader of the Nepalese armed forces, okay? Highest ranking member of the armed forces. This guy has the most authority and power in Nepal currently, in a time of chaos and uncertainty and protests. So this is General Ashok Sigdel. This is Yuhan Rajbandari, and he is a random Gen Z dude in Nepal. Somehow, both of these people's opinions are going to matter going forward. Okay? So, General Ashok Sigdel is the leader of the armed forces. And as things are burning, as people are rioting, as protests are getting crazy, he is the only one with any sort of authority left in the country. And, a little bit of background. The army is extremely respected. It has like a 91% approval rating in Nepal and has a long history of just success and discipline and effectiveness, okay? And it's the only institution left standing. Everything else has fallen. Only the army is left standing. It is an internationally famous fighting force. Again, we talked about this last video, but the Nepalese army somehow managed to fight the British to the standstill at the height of British power. They beat India, the Mughal Empire, at the height of their power. They beat China at one of the heights of their power. It's a tiny little country, okay? There's a proud history of success and discipline. Again, the elite fighting force of Nepal is called the Gurkhas. This is the one where they were trained with the British Army. And there's a quote I heard. I don't have it on here, but it was like, what was it? If anyone says they're afraid of death, they're either lying or a Gurkha. It's like the most badass quote I ever heard, bro. It was badass. It was badass. So anyway, they got a lot of respect. They're internationally respect and internal respect. And the idea was it would be pretty easy for this guy to sweep in, use the military power, and take full control. And this guy, all he really has is, and this guy's representative of a lot of people, by the way, all they have is no institution, no political party, and the internet. All they want is better opportunities for young people. They want, this is a quote he said, I want institutions to be corruption-free. We have lost time, development, and stability. But you'd think up against this, they'd have no chance. But the craziest thing has happened in the past few days. General Ashok Sigdel has not seized power. Instead, he has become an unlikely ally to the young protesters. This is like this is a rarity in like a lot of human history in this situation. Instead, all they have done is calm down the protests, restore order, and then ask the protesters for who their representative is so they can speak to them. It's actually pretty shocking. So the soldiers took control. They fizzled out the violent protests. And then they said, we're going to sit down with the young and little known leaders of the Gen Z protest movement and hash out a plan for peace. This is not what I expected in the last video. And again, it can all change, right? These are developing situations, but this is what happened since. Okay? The people can trust the army, a different general said, because its leadership is committed to remaining under civil authorities, aka not doing a military state. They want a civil authority above the military, which is like an incredible thing to say. So what happened next? So here's the thing. If the military is not going to seize control and they are asking Gen Z collectively, okay, well, what are your demands? What do you want? How does a disorganized collection of Gen Z people in Nepal make a decision like that? How? Discord. It is literally Discord. Discord discussions and polls. I'm not kidding. Discord, the Youth Against Corruption Discord channel, blew up in Nepal and had thousands of people coming in and having vigorous debates with massive audiences in the Discord to determine who they wanted to be their representative. I had a recording here. I don't understand any of it. I don't know what they're saying, but they're having these debates. And again, so I joined this Discord. I joined this Discord surreptitiously just to see what was going on. And I found one thing that really stood out to me, which was a few days ago when I was covering the initial protests. Somebody posted my stream into the chat as it was happening. And then less than 1 second later, someone said, dissolve parliament. This is a real screenshot. This is the Atrioc broadcast into the Nepal youth group saying dissolve parliament. It's all it's all mixed in together in real time. How wild is that? So the army asks this Discord, basically this group of people who go to Discord, who's representative? Who do you want to lead? They're having these debates. One name that keeps popping up is Balendra Shah. This guy here, a former rapper turned politician who is 35 years old and is now mayor of Kathmandu. This guy is one of the leading people want this guy. He's the guy that Gen Z is advocating for. Some people, again, this is a Discord full of Gen Z internet addicts in a lot of ways. So they're also throwing memes. They're throwing real names and fake names. And listen, I scroll up, I see, you guys need a strong leader like Joe Biden to lead you. You know what I'm saying? Like this is all happening in real time. Okay? But after a vigorous debate and a final Discord poll, they select Sushila Karki. Sushila? Make sure I got it right. Sushila Karki. This woman here, who is the an independent. She has no political party. She was the former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Nepal and has an extremely long history of anti-corruption work. Now, it's kind of a shocking pick given her age. She's like 7. I mean, she's pretty old. But her background, from everything I could find, is pretty ironclad. She has a long, long history of being anti-corruption, which is kind of what the moment calls for. And it's kind of shocking they didn't just pick someone who, like, fits their vibe or aesthetic. They picked possibly the right person for the moment. Now, again, this is a temporary position. So after this Discord poll elects the new prime minister, by the way, first female prime minister in Nepal's history. This Discord poll elects her. She is now their voice to go meet with the military, which she does. Like, this is kind of unheard of. This is the first time I've ever heard of this happening. A Discord elected a representative, a good choice, who then met with the military and is now going to run the country for at least 6 to 8 months, probably, until they can stabilize and hold elections. I listened to an interview with her. She basically said that, you know, she's honored by the choice. She thinks it's kind of chaotic times, and she's going to do her best to uphold the values that Gen Z has placed in her and to try and get this country to a free and fair election, which is like, I know it's like, this is all kind of shockingly positive. Now, again, this could all turn. It's a dangerous situation. It's tumultuous. There's still a power vacuum. The government is still unstable. I'm just saying, in the first few days, I'm shocked at how positive this direction is taken. Now, this is still a Discord filled with a lot of young people. Not all of them are following the poll or know what's going on. So I did see some very funny things. After she won the poll, there were people asking, like, who the hell is this? Like, this woman said, who is Sushila Karki? Is he in this Discord? And, like, the response is like, I don't think a 73-year-old woman would have Discord, crying emoji. She's our first female prime minister now, and she's our former chief justice. Like, it's so funny to see this happen in real time and actually impact the politics of the country. I'm kind of blown away. Like, as we speak, these people are meeting based on the voices and actions of Gen Z in a Discord. So again, we'll see where it goes. I did want to end here, this little update on what's going on, by saying that this post really made me laugh, because people were asking, like, if Gen Z overthrows the government, why wouldn't we pick, like, a Gen Z to lead? And Reshis here goes, yeah, but Gen Z, the oldest Gen Z is 28 years old. I don't think any 28-year-old is qualified to run the nation, crying. She's temporary until we have elections, and it'll likely be Balin, who's 35 years old. We'll see. Okay? And fair response. A fair response. A 28-year-old may not be qualified to run the nation. But I want to say, not only to my chat, but to anyone watching in this Discord, the ages of the American founding fathers were a lot younger than most people think. The people who built America, who set the Declaration of Independence, who wrote the Constitution, 20, 21, 25, 18, 30. I saw this as I was making this slide. I actually felt, I felt like a little lazy. I felt like a little embarrassed because Thomas Jefferson is a year younger than me when he wrote the Declaration of Independence. He wrote the Declaration when I'm 34. Bro's 33. I can't write a 1,000-word essay. That's way beyond my mental capacity. He didn't have League of Legends. Like, I was thinking, what did I do when I was 33? If he was 33 writing the Declaration and changing the fate of a nation, when I was 33, I was playing Rocket League for Millennials, aka Harry Potter Quidditch, and having clips like this.
What's good, bro? What are you playing?
Seeker. Do you have any tips for that? It's my first day playing.
Oh, yeah, you did fucking horrible. Oh, man. That's why we lost.
Yeah, no,
bro.
but you probably like you saw some talent though, right? Like you saw like this guy's got natural talent. He's just a little new.
Yeah, the other guy did worse.
That's my Thomas Jefferson moment. So anyway, I sincerely want to say we don't know how it turns out. And again, a lot of shaky interim governments have been collapsed before. But what they've done is pretty incredible. In the span of a few days, they have changed the course of their nation, at least temporarily, into one that is more against corruption and has some hope for a positive future. Whether that turns out or not, I got to say I'm deeply impressed. I'm impressed with what happened in Nepal. I'm impressed with the Gen Z movement there. And hopefully I can speed up a little bit of how I'm contributing more than just this. Thanks, guys, for watching. Appreciate it. Cool. Little update. I thought that was a cool story. I was honestly I was scrolling their Discord and it was like making me laugh and it was just funny. But I just want to be so clear that, you know, I'm not trying to be pessimist, but odds on it's tough because, new interim governments often encounter a lot of the same problems the old ones had because they're not fixed yet. And then as they don't get fixed fast enough, everyone gets shaky but I'm still hopeful. And it's still the right direction. I think she's a great pick, by the way. She's like unifying for old and young. She has no political party and she just cares about anti-corruption. I think it was a really inspired pick. And I'm shocked that a Discord came together and picked that. I'm shocked. A pick only the wisdom of Discord can suss out. Exactly. Exactly. I also want to say one other thing I'm nervous about. This is the last thing I didn't want to mention. I forgot to mention this last video. Is like, even if Nepal can fully figure out their own situation, they can come together, work on it, figure it out. The power vacuum is not just something that the army could fill in on, but that China or India or the United States even could try to get involved in. That is the scarier part. All three of those countries have an interest in trying to have influence or control over the future of Nepal, and they might see an opportunity. So, again, no evidence of this yet, nothing. And if it had to be one of them, it probably will be India because they have deep, deep economic ties. But it's just a possibility. It's something you have to keep your eyes open for because it could happen, and it's a real threat. But okay, that's a little update. All right. Now Adish has something to work on, and I have a video that I want to watch. Where did I put it? 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 Come on, Big A. I know you had this video ready. Because, I think it was How Money Works.
If you pay any...
How Money Works put out a video that said, everything sucks. Or no, sorry, he said, this economy sucks. So why is the stock market booming? That's what he said. No, I don't know. Maybe I might not even agree with his opinion. I might not agree with his answer here. But I thought it'd be worth listening. I'd like to know what they say. So why do they think the gap is what it is?
Pay attention to financial news, you've probably heard the same line every time the stock market has a little whoopsie-daisy.
$58 billion wiped off the exchange today.
$136 billion was wiped off.
$5 trillion in value had been wiped from the markets in just 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. Every time green line does not go up, we are told some company or the market has lost, destroyed, or wiped out however many billions of dollars. But alright then, where does that money actually go? It might not surprise you to learn that headlines like this are written more for shock and awe than genuine insight. But the simple truth is that the money doesn't actually go anywhere, because it never existed in the first place. Sort of. If you can look beyond the flashy headlines like this and actually understand what they are trying to say, you are going to be much better equipped to make sensible financial decisions when everybody else is busy losing their minds and, if they are lucky enough, maybe even their retirement savings too. This basic understanding has probably actually never been more important than it is right now, because the stock market is breaking new records every single week. Nobody knows if or when the party will stop, but what we do know is that, in this particular case, the money doesn't actually have anywhere else to go.
$5 trillion in value had been wiped from the markets in just 3 weeks.
Gold prices hit a record high on
Holy
Tuesday.
gold!
The dream of owning the house with the white picket fence increasingly given.
Bro, I convinced Aiden, bro. I flipped him. It took was the book club. I made Aiden read How Countries Go Broke by Ray Dalio. We read this for the book club, and then Aiden told me ever since he read it, he's been like laying in bed next to his partner. It's like the meme where she's like, I bet he's thinking about other women. He's thinking about gold. He wakes up at night and he's like, I gotta, and my brother's a financial advisor, and he's Aiden's financial advisor. And Aiden went to him. I found out Aiden went to him and he's like, I want to buy some gold. It's so funny. It'd be funny if gold crashes right now. At least I'd have the joy of seeing Aiden lose some money. God willing. Could slow down his plane to Sweden. I'm going to be gold member for Halloween. That sounds fucking hilarious. I love gold! Who's Aiden? Aiden Ross, my friend. You don't know him? One of the best streamers of all time. God of Kick. Presidential candidate 2028. Where'd I put this video? Where did I put this fucking video? Where did I put this video? Actually, wait, can we come back to that video? Because I found this one I also want to see. Somebody said life under the curfew in Nepal, the aftermath, and it was posted 12 hours ago, and it has 1 million views.
After witnessing the collapse of an entire government and accidentally turning up on my Thailand to UK trip, Nepal is now in complete instability. So how is life after the protests? And how the hell am I going to get out of here?
Right, good morning. So a few days have passed since the riots. I've been stuck in military curfew. There's been military outside and things like that. And all the petrol stations have run out. It's now in my best interest.
Bro says petrol. This is going to be a tough watch. This is going to be a tough watch, bro. He's going to talk about footy. He's going to talk about Bobby's in the lorry.
To try and get petrol. You see that? Flashing. Not good. And also not good because the engine's not well. As you can see where I'm staying, absolutely everything is shut. There are like 2 or 3 shops.
I watched the previous video. That's from like 4 days ago.
That has been enforced in this area.
Why the fuck would I watch the previous video? You live in the past?
Dodge the wires in the road. Lovely. This is commonly one of the most busy streets on a normal day. Thousands of tourists, thousands of people bustling up and down this road. And right now...
It's called lore. It's such a funny thing to say. About real-time historical events. It's called lore, little bro. Okay? You have to read the fucking dialogue to understand the story. It's not... That's the insane brain-rotted thing to say.
It is...
Damn, there's a Baskin Robbins. Even in these tumultuous times, you can still get 31 flavors, and I respect that.
Almost a ghost town. Excuse me, brother. Do you know where I can get petrol? Petrol. All closed. Everything.
Outside. We can go outside.
Outside?
Yeah.
This way?
Yeah.
How many kilometers?
1.
Now down here, to the left of me, just in front of me, you'll see the aftermath of the protests.
If he runs out of gas, he's fucked, right? If he can't find... I mean...
Burnt out cars, burnt out motorbikes, smashed out buildings. Excuse me, sir. Petrol. Petrol.
Petrol.
Petrol.
Petrol is
closed.
Petrol is closed.
Ah, but
closed.
anywhere.
Anywhere.
Everything.
Everything is no. I don't know.
This is
so the first guy was just telling him it was 1 kilometer that way to tell him to fuck off, right? The first guy was clearly like, yeah, it's that way, 1 kilometer. Just fucking go away.
serious like doomsday fucking stuff. You can see remains of what is there. People trying to pull the metal off that fucking monument. There's no petrol. Police in the road. Not even police anymore, it's military. Martial law. Whistles going off everywhere. Look at this, all these smashed up buildings on the side of the road. Rocks people were throwing the other day. We saw it all on this channel. Hello, sir. Petrol?
Yeah, petrol available there.
They have or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Good stuff, man.
Too much difficult moment, my friend, here.
Sorry?
Too much difficult moment.
Too much difficult moment, yeah.
You've been here?
During protest. I was there. Explosion, throwing, crazy.
Enjoy, man.
Yeah.
But be careful, huh? Be careful.
Yes.
Be careful.
Today there are things.
That's probably a big line, huh? That's probably a big line. Let's see if he's talking to people.
We were here. All of this was on fire. Everything. All of the buildings completely charred out, as you saw down there. And now I'm sitting here after witnessing gas canister explosions go off in the streets, and I'm having a peaceful tea.
The whole building is burned through!
That's a funny cut.
This area?
Life goes on, bro.
2 days ago. Yeah. But now peaceful. Bahut Badia. This. Bahut Badia.
Hindi language.
Nepali, Bahut Badia, Nepali.
Ramro. Nico.
Ramro.
It's kind of funny. He's telling him there was. It's his shop, bro. I'm sure he's aware that 2 days ago there was explosions here. You don't understand. There was it was crazy. It was fucking crazy. But it's a little, it's a little goofy, but he seems nice, whatever. It's cool. I mean, it's cool to see on the ground that things are already calming down. And with this new prime minister, I mean, it's just I don't know. It's crazy how relatively well targeted it was. In that they, I don't know. It could have been so much more widespread. The first video showed that. Yeah, it's not complete anarchy days later. It's I don't know. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised. I would have expected different. I would have expected different. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to just skip around this video and say hi. But let's watch the end of that. How money works.
If you pay.
Okay. So we were here.
Breaking new records every single week. Nobody knows.
This hit a.
You could buy a house tomorrow if the price was right, if the interest rates were where they needed to be.
Help for the economy from Washington remains nowhere in sight.
So I'm a little annoyed that everyone keeps asking for lower interest rates in order to buy housing. What you want is lower prices. That's what you know what I'm saying? Yes, if interest rates were lower, you could take out $1 million loan and still afford the payment. But you're still bidding up these crazy fucking price house. It's prices don't go down. They are going down. The thing is, the higher interest rates are working. They are slowly but surely breaking the back of the people holding out these high prices. They've been trying to keep the prices up, but the price cuts keep happening. 10K, 10K, 10K. It's been working. It's obviously a painful process, but it's been working. And then right as it's about to fucking do the job, they're going to try and cut rates to zero to fucking reinflate the bubble. Literally looking at all houses have price cuts? Yeah. Yeah, they all have price cuts. What's to stop BlackRock from continuing to buy then rent? They're not doing that because they lose money. The only reason they kept buying houses is because the prices kept going up. If the prices go down, they sell houses. They're trying to get out of it. They bought it as an asset because they thought it would go up. So it's just, it's annoying that everyone says we got to cut rates for housing. Cutting rate for housing just means you can take out a bigger fucking loan.
There are really 3 different levels of technical explanation for what happens to money during a crash. The good enough for most people level, the armchair market analyst level, and then the level that considers debt, consumption, and all the different asset markets that are getting kind of weird at the moment. Now, most people don't even get level 1 right, but I promise none of this is as complicated as the financial bros would like you to think. And actually seeing how these markets work is the only way to understand how messed up they really are at the moment. But alright, most of the time when headlines are talking about billions of dollars being destroyed or whatever, what they are really saying is that the market capitalization of a company or group of companies has been repriced. This is just calculated using the number of outstanding shares multiplied by the price the last share was traded at. So for example, Nvidia currently has about 24 billion outstanding shares, and right now those shares are trading at a price of about $170, which gives the company a market cap of $4.1 trillion. If for some reason tomorrow people decided to start trading Nvidia shares at $85, then it would have the market cap of the company and you would inevitably see headlines about Nvidia losing $2 trillion. But they didn't really lose $2 trillion. They were just revalued using this very crude calculation. Now, technically, this could actually help Nvidia's ongoing business operations. Since the AI boom, the company has been doing a lot of share buybacks.
But $2 trillion is lost. Like, people look at their portfolio, they open up their little banking app, and they see, and their value is less collectively across all of them. They have less money. They feel poorer. They spend less. If they were to liquidate, they would get less. So they never had it. They did have it. They did. They had the capability of selling it for money. The money is not made up. Saying it's made up is actually a dumb person's way of thinking about it. It's not made up. It is the valuation of the company. You can borrow against that. You can spend against that. It could be collateral. I mean, it's not made up. It's a real. You know what I'm saying? It's not vibes. It's not made up. It's not the money the company owns. No, it's not the money the company owns, but it's the money that shareholders own or believe they have. And in fact, individually, all do have. They can't collectively all sell, but they all individually have that valuation when it's higher. Oh, the poor shareholders. That doesn't even have anything to do with what we're talking about. We're not talking about whether we care about the shareholders or not. I swear to God, some of you just say, oh, the poor shareholders every 5 minutes because you think you're contributing to the conversation. You don't know what's going on. You can't follow, but you know that makes you sound kind of like edgy. Like you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Oh, the poor shareholders. Oh, like we need to, you're not even following. Oh, God. Okay.
Backs. Well, they will use their profits to buy
chill, it's dark humor, liberal.
Shareholders to take it out of circulation. They're only supposed to do this when management thinks the company is undervalued. So if their stock halves in price, they will get twice as many shares for the same money, which should be a good thing, right? Well, this is assuming, of course, that they aren't just doing stock buybacks to drive up an already hyped up stock. Part of what is making the current stock market so strange at the moment is that by far the biggest net purchaser of shares in these companies are these companies.
Yeah.
According to the Fed's Z1 financial accounts, households made net purchases of about $100 billion of stock in 2024. This was dwarfed by listed corporations that did over $625 billion worth of net buying, meaning that companies were buying 6 times more of their own stock than actual stockholders were. Now, that doesn't seem great, but it's actually worse than it sounds. The whole point of a stock market is that it's supposed to be a place where companies can go and sell their shares to raise money to fund business operations. This net sales figure also includes the company subtracting from this net number by conducting IPOs. The total gross value of stock buybacks was over $1 trillion within 2024 alone. It just so happens that companies also raised about $375 billion in the same year. Now, this has helped to increase market capitalization.
My own workplace!
Driving up share prices. But that
Where's my desk? I wonder what fuck is sitting in my desk now. Cross this bridge, go in, go to the right. I was right here. Bam. Right there, baby. The Atrioc desk.
It's not even the biggest.
I used to take my dog, little Maya, out here onto this grass right here and let her run. She'd have zoomies all around here.
Problem. It will actually get more important later on as we go into how asset markets are supposed to function. But for now, for level 1, a market crash is just a readjustment in market capitalization. Unless a company is planning to sell.
Let you bring your dog to work? They actually did up until, it was like right before COVID. Like 6 months before COVID, some dog either bit or just slobbered on a high-ranking executive. And then an email went around to the whole company saying dogs weren't allowed at work anymore. I was so pissed, dude. Because now I had to find a sitter for Maya because me and Ari both worked. It was so annoying.
Its own stock to raise money to fund future projects, its day-to-day market capitalization shouldn't impact its performance. Market capitalization is kind of like GDP. It's a number that we use a lot because it's sort of easy to calculate, and it's good enough as a rough indication of if things are going.
NVIDIA had this beast cafeteria, which is all manner of good food. And so when Maya, my dog, would be at the office with me, she would eat like a queen. Like I would go get little bits of chicken and corn and get this whole bowl for her and put it down, and she would just go and slurp that bowl clean. And it just the most pleased poach. And then she would nap next to my. It was great. And then I would call Aiden up and tell him to come by, so that my dog could bother him while he's trying to work.
In the right direction or not. Now, a lot of people, when they learn this, take it to mean that market cap is irrelevant. A $10 banana is no better than a banana that's on clearance for $5. And while that's true, a sudden price drop on anything can be an indication that there is something rotting away beneath the surface. So, for the next level of understanding, you need to do what the journalists writing the headlines aren't willing to do, and actually follow the money. Now, I know I just said that if a stock halves in value, that doesn't necessarily mean that any money has gone anywhere. But in highly liquid markets, such a scenario.
This just isn't true. I don't know how to say this. This is not. It is not true. Okay? First of all the employees are paid in stock-based compensation. So if the stock halves in values, they are materially receiving less compensation. Like everyone in the company is making less compensation. I'm trying to see where he's getting, because it's not like a stock halving in value is not like, oh, it's just a magical number, doesn't mean anything. It means it's real money that is being lost at every step of the chain. Okay.
Scenario can only really happen one way. The NASDAQ doesn't get to slap a 50% off clearance label on NVIDIA stock like Walmart does on questionable milk. The way the price moves in these kinds of markets is that if there are more sellers than buyers, the price falls, and if there are more buyers than sellers, the price rises. When people are panic selling stocks, they are still getting money in exchange for their stocks. It may not be as much as they wanted, but what they then do with that money is where things get interesting. Let's say you had some spare money. Yeah, I know, but just pretend with me for a second. With your pile of cash, you have some options. You can invest into the stock market, real estate, bonds, gold, alternatives like cryptocurrency, or you could just hold on to your cash.
Okay.
Alternatively, if you just want to enjoy your life right now, you could spend that money on goods and services like a new car, a bigger house to live in, or a nice vacation.
Yeah.
All of these activities that improve your quality of life are generally classified as consumption. Depending on where you and everybody else who has spare money puts their cash, it will increase the value of these markets. So if everybody buys gold, its price will increase as demand increases on an asset with limited supply.
Yep.
Now, stocks, bonds, and real estate are kind of unique because they generate their own cash flow to give money back to you. Stocks do this through dividends, bonds through interest, and real estate through rent. Those cash flows come from other people deciding to put their money into the consumption pile, which becomes revenue for these three asset classes. But all of these other assets really only make returns by having more people buy in at a progressively higher price. When the stock market crashes, what is really happening is everybody trying to grab their cash out of that particular asset market.
Yeah.
They do this either because they think the market won't generate as much cash flow in the future, or more often, just to get their cash out before everybody else lowers their price by taking their cash out.
Yeah.
Now, if you were lucky enough to get your cash back before everybody else, you have a choice. During a lot of market crashes, people just want to hold on to their cash because they are afraid they will lose their jobs and nothing else is generating cash flow. But eventually, you will need to put your money somewhere. And that predicament is what is creating such a big problem right now. Sure, maybe you think that the stock market might be an AI-fueled bubble, but if you sell your positions, where exactly should you put your money? Gold is at all-time highs. Real estate is risky with today's interest rates. Cryptocurrency is highly correlated with the stock market. Goods and services are more expensive than ever, and people are even starting to question the long-term
consumption. Take all your money out of the stock market, out of gold, out of housing, out of bonds, and have a fucking rager. I'm saying a party, dude. Lambo, drinks, cocaine, yacht rental, pizza delivery, Uber Eats every day, gifted subs, more gifted subs, Enron hats, gifted subs again. Okay? Sour Patch Kids. That is where that's investing in yourself.
Safety of the bond market. People are quickly running out of safe platforms to stand on, which has got a few people saying that maybe these markets aren't actually broken. Maybe it's the money that's broken. So it's time to learn how money works, to find out if money actually works. This video is sponsored by Odoo. Odoo is an all-in-one business management platform efficient to impact on the way that you live your life, even if you don't actually have that much in any one of these respects.
Hey, W Gifties! That's a man pulling his money out of the stock market. Wait, let me give a thank you. Let me give a thank you. Good goddamn. Thank you for the gifties. Almost Polly. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's not unethical. Everyone, please buy Odoo. No matter what you do or what you need, I want you to go to odoo.com/howmoneyworks, and I want you to buy it. And I want you to spend all your money on it and buy the golden subscription platinum package. Okay? I, Brandon Ewing, fully support Odoo and every single thing that they do. And I'm vouching for it. And this is an ad read. And it's for this video.
Piles. Increasing housing prices have become a defining financial problem of young generations as people can't afford a place to start their own lives or their own families. House prices have outpaced...
Dude, flash forward 3 months and it's like, Odoo found using child slave labor to build... Odoo company found...
inflation by a lot, which I know is not exactly shocking to most of you, especially if you have watched any of the dozens of videos we have made about the structural problems and broken incentives in the housing market. But the key here is that when we measure price increases relative to inflation, we are only measuring relative to the consumption pile here with the consumer price index. The problem with this is that it doesn't reflect the changing gaps between these other money piles. Real estate, for example, has grown faster than consumer prices, but relative to fixed assets like gold, it's actually gone backwards. An article published by Jonathan Hobbs, a chartered financial analyst, compiled this data to show that if you were paying for the average American house today in gold, you would be spending about half as much as you would have been back in 1991. and roughly a quarter of what you would have been paying in the early 2000s. Now, the article itself used this data to build a case for
gold has retained your purchasing power, in fact, increased it. If instead of buying a house, you bought gold, now you could buy 2 or 3 houses.
Just buying gold. But the reality is basically any assets would have had the same effect. If you were paying in S&P 500 indexes, the relative fall in house prices would have been even greater. So there are 2 lessons from this. One is that investing is...
What if you build a house out of gold? Now you're thinking like Donald Trump. Have your cake and eat it too. If you build in a house entirely made out of gold, well, then you get real estate inflation and asset inflation. Gold inflation. You're both. They're double dipping. Okay?
It's important. I hope you already knew that. But the deeper lesson here is that it's become much easier for people with lots of money in these piles to buy basically anything they want from these piles. There is only so much money that people can spend on consumption, so wealthy people naturally throw the rest into one of these. As they have grown, they've provided more money to people who own them, and since most of them were already...
So what you're saying, in short, is that all of the extra printed money that we have done forever, but especially since 2008, and especially since 2020, has led primarily to asset inflation, which has hidden the inflation from regular people. But it's led to more expensive real estate, more expensive stocks, more expensive university education. Anything scarce has gone way up, while our regular day-to-day goods and services haven't gone up that much. So it's been hidden from us. But it makes the actual good, scarce things in life more and more out of reach for the regular citizen. Ever since 2008. It's interesting. That's fucking interesting.
Already maxing out what they could throw into consumption, they put even more back into these piles, creating a feedback loop of wealth generation. A basic look at the historic numbers makes this pretty clear. Market returns over the past 60 years have averaged just over 10%, and inflation has...
They said regular inflation is also really bad. Yeah, regular inflation is bad. Don't get me wrong. But more specifically what I'm thinking of is like, in 2008, we printed untold billions. Maybe in trillions, 800 billion plus more, to bail out the housing market. And people said this will cause inflation. And it really didn't in terms of like regular goods and services. Like people didn't see gas prices go up. They didn't see like the stuff they buy at the store go up. And so it was like, oh, well, then we can do this. But what you didn't see was that most of that money just got put into these piles. And we did start to get inflation in asset prices, real estate, stocks, anything scarce. Again, college education. All scarce things went up in value. And, back then it's only a little bit at a time. So it's like, well, society's still mostly functioning. But it kept going and going and going until this stuff was completely out of reach of a regular person on a regular salary. But because they could still buy normal goods and services, the system kind of chugged along. But then in 2020, so much money was printed that it broke through into regular asset prices, like consumption. And so we had actual inflation, 10, 20% inflation on like groceries and restaurants and McDonald's. And that's when it started to break down for people because now everything's out of reach.
Average just over 4%. If you include taxes, this generally means if you can consume less than 4% of your invested assets annually, you can live forever without touching your principal. This basic arithmetic is the foundation of things like the financial independence retire early movement. But for extremely wealthy people who can easily afford to live on less than 4% of their net worth, they can compound wealth faster than they can spend it. Now compare this to most people who earn their income by selling their time. Most wage increases are indexed to consumer prices if you are lucky, which has been the slowest growing one of these piles. This has made it harder and harder for the wages to compete when both groups want to put their money into the same area. A lot of what the wealthy are buying is different from what working people are buying, but there are some areas where these cross over. Real estate is just the most obvious and socially destabilizing example of that. The reason this is happening now is that the growth in these asset piles has become unprecedented. We have been paying a lot of attention to what the money printer has done to consumer prices, but these other money piles have soaked up much of the excess cash, and it has put non-asset owners further behind.
Yeah.
Now, the point of this is not that inequality has become worse. You already knew that. But a new problem coming from that is how these increasingly consolidated markets are behaving. According to the Fed, participation in the stock market is approaching all-time highs, which sounds like a good thing. But this has mainly been driven by lots of people investing very small amounts of money through platforms with low fees and low barriers to entry like Robinhood.
Robinhood warriors, rise up!
These asset markets is more consolidated than it has ever been, with the top 10% of households owning 93% of all equities the last time this data was collected at the end of 2024. In a market panic, the reason why people sell their assets is because they want to make sure they have enough cash on hand to cover their most basic consumption needs if they lose their source of income, which for most people is their job. Unfortunately, job losses and market downturns often go hand in hand. However, as these assets have become more consolidated amongst people who can easily cover their living expenses several times over, there have consistently been more people with lots of spare cash to buy in versus the people that need to sell out to cover themselves in a hard time.
Yep.
But another way, if unemployment was to hypothetically spike tomorrow for any particular reason, most of the people losing their jobs would not have a meaningful pile of assets to sell to cover themselves while they were looking for a new job. And it's not like we would miss the consumers either. A majority of the consumer spending in the economy now comes from the top 10% of households, and corporate profits are primarily driven by selling stuff to other corporations. Sounds pretty bad, right? Well, it gets worse. Remember those record-setting stock buybacks from earlier? Well, they have outnumbered net household share purchases 6-1, adding even more people to the side piling money in. If you add this to the rise of index funds that mindlessly buy and hold a broad selection of shares, it's easy
he's
to
on to
see how
something.
lopsided the market has become.
He's
now,
cooking.
This does not mean that markets can't fall, but what it does mean is that they can stretch far further and stay irrational far longer than they could ever before, and while they do, they are throwing off money like never before for people to buy up every other asset market. Sounds pretty bad, right? Well, it gets worse. A huge amount of this money recently has been tied up in chasing returns from...
You can't do that at the end. No. The rule of, at the end of a YouTube video, you go, sounds pretty bad, right? Well, it could go, like, some people say it could actually be better. That's how you're supposed to end. You have 15 seconds left. You don't say it gets worse, 15 seconds left. That's not appropriate. You have to give people a little silver lining so they can click to the next video and smile.
AI. These companies have spent trillions of dollars on this project, so far. But watch this video next to find out how it's costing all...
I'm not watching it. You depressed me. No, I mean, listen, the main thing is like...
Earlier, they want to barriers.
So much of...
example of that. Stabilize. A lot of what the...
little thing here. But so much of this consumption thing is the top part of the K. The K-shaped economy, the top 10%. They're doing all the spending, keeping everything else kind of afloat. And why I'm saying this stock price number for NVIDIA, for example, matters, and really matters in real financial terms, is that these people only spend because they feel wealthy because the stock price for NVIDIA is high. So they look into their accounts and they go, I have a lot of money, therefore I can go on this vacation, I can go to this restaurant, I can spend. If the stock market were to take a tumble, it's real money that's lost because these people can no longer spend, which hits consumption, which hits everything, which hits everyone's jobs, which hits... So that it's like not a... It's nothing fake about it. I think this guy knows this, but I'm just saying, like, the reality matters. That number does matter. But cool, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Oh, there's a new Almost Friday? Almost Friday on a Friday? Well, it feels devious. Feels like we're breaking a rule. Are you allowed to watch an Almost Friday on a Friday? Let's see. Survive 100 days in the office, win life-changing prize. It's like a Mr. Beast parody. I don't know. Let's find out.
Whoever survives in our office the longest wins 2 weeks paid vacation. But if you step outside the office, you're eliminated. Contestants won't have their phones or internet. The kitchen is stocked with food they can win through various challenges, courtesy of Sheets. Which you better take seriously because the winner walks away with Cash App tokens, redeemable at the Sheets canteen for anything from entertainment to better food. The catch? Every few days you'll randomly hear this noise. That means you'll find me right here, ready to dish out your next challenge.
This is the economy we're heading towards, by the way, and I'm excited. I think the majority of our economy should be Mr. Beast style games. That's how everyone should get their food. That's how they should get their wages. I think that's more fun than having to work a fucking job, okay? We should all be in a circular economy watching each other compete in game shows. Squid Game based GDP. Yeah, exactly. I think, listen, I'm not a fucking philosopher, but I think the message of the show Squid Game, the message was game shows are cool. If I understood from the public reaction and the merch and the follow-up and this, it's like the main takeaway that the author wanted us to have was like, game shows are based and fun to watch. Cool. Great. That's what I took from it. Me too.
If I win, I'm going to the Grand Canyon, like without a doubt. You don't get 2 weeks all the time, and I think that's pretty much what you need to see it, so I'm hitting the Grand Canyon.
I'm gonna go to Samoa and teach English. No, I actually have no idea.
I'll say they're joking, but the Grand Canyon is not a 2-week vacation. The Grand Canyon is like a 2-dayer, bro. Tops. I've been to the Grand Canyon plenty of times. It's like an afternoon. Yeah, it's like an afternoon. You go there, you see it, you leave. I mean, if you're gonna backpack it, you maybe do 2 days. That's tops. It's not that exciting. It's fine. I mean, it's a beautiful shot, but it's certainly not a 2-weeker. There's not enough to do. There's not enough to do for 2 weeks, even if you hiked it.
Yeah, I might go hiking. I don't know.
I will be going to some sort of coastal region to be swimming with sea turtles and hopefully make some sort of connection with them without damaging any of the reefs, because I know that that's important.
What would I do with the PTO? Sheets is sponsoring this? Cool. I'd probably go that house from A Christmas Story in Ohio then. I feel like that'd be pretty relaxing.
Yeah, I don't really care about this, but I'm being forced to do it for the unscripted team. So I don't really care about PTO.
I don't know about you, but I really want that PTO.
Yeah, no, same.
So here's what I'm thinking.
All right.
Let's go.
All right, contestants, grab a seat, settle in, and get ready to home from work.
By now, you're wondering what those tokens are for. Those are Cash App coins presented by Cash App Pools. With them, you can buy food, water, even entertainment at the Sheets Canteen, located at the front office. So,
perfect.
To jumpstart your spending spree, this next challenge is worth 20 coins. How does this challenge work? Great question. Why don't you tell them, future me?
Sure thing, past me. Thanks for taping yourself while I got this all set up.
Thanks for pre-taping yourself, too.
No problemo, pal. In order to win this challenge, first, team up into pairs of 2. Then, get your roll of duct tape. From there,
That's right, future me. And hey, let me finish for once. Hey, buddy.
Help him!
Your girlfriend too. Wait, who's playing? No, the guy's name. The guy taped to the wall. Oh, brother, if you're in charge, they're not gonna last a week.
Was that part of it?
That did not look staged at all.
Okay, all right. Hey, I'm gonna go get some help real quick, all right?
Let's get help.
Oh my God, what the fuck is that?
Wait, he's definitely...
Let's go and get help.
said he doesn't want
right
help.
now. Bye, you guys are out. Bye, bitches. You're out of the game. You're out of the game. Yeah, the game is over for you two. Bye. Okay, they're out.
They're getting
They're
help.
out of the game.
What do you
They're
mean
out of the
they're
game. Jack and Emily are out of the game.
Hey, Elise, a
That's
guy is
too
dead.
fucking down.
A guy is dead. The game is fucking over.
Wait, oh my God, yeah, you guys should go help. Wait, go get help.
Are you fucking insane?
You're the one making the push for it, Whaley. Why don't you start it?
We're not going anywhere.
I don't want to.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
Okay, so we all agree.
He never said the game was over, right?
The game is.
We're all thinking the same thing.
The game is over.
The game is still going. Okay, so we keep
I think that the
playing.
game is still on.
All right.
Fine.
Whoa, hey guys, come on.
Realistically,
Hold on
we have
second.
like a day worth of food.
Willie's got a point. All right.
Fine,
We have
then get your tokens then.
Well, no. We agreed that we're a pack now, right? So we should
We did
act.
not
Let's
agree
act.
on that.
Let's act like a pack. I think we should pull the coins together. Not one person should not have all the coins. We should elect that person if there is that person, and I think I would be a good.
Oh, shocker! You think it should be you?
Okay,
no
really.
fucking shot.
It doesn't
We're gonna
have to-
give you
doesn't
all our
have to be
coins.
me. I don't care.
No,
About
I will
Billy.
keep the
Oh,
coins.
Billy, your best friend.
I'm really
You grew up together.
You guys have a liar.
We do not have. Okay, what about Steve?
You're making this
What about Steve? Steve Crawford. Does anybody have an alliance with him? No. Do you have any friends in this game? Do you have anybody in your life? No, nothing. So he's perfect. He's perfect. He can't betray us because he has nobody.
If he gets the coins, he has to give them evenly, like every day.
Yes,
he's
don't
just
talk to him like he's a child.
He's
He
just
gets
watching
it.
them.
He understands. Okay, all in favor of Steve.
If he just watches.
This is so dumb. Why does like one
Do we-
guy even have to
Okay,
hold?
that is a majority.
We don't have a
Also,
host anymore, Willie.
Liam's over there.
He didn't have the
Yeah,
points.
no.
I'm
He's
assuming-
got a hand
I'm
up.
counting that as a hand.
His
So
hand
that's
up.
the majority. Everyone
Why?
agrees. Steve.
Yeah,
you
why
want
would
me
they
to hold on
just
to that for
divvy
you?
up the coins?
Are you
What the
fucking
fuck?
kidding me?
We just voted
We
on
just said not
Yeah,
you.
I was there. I led the vote.
Steve,
I know
why
you
would you
voted.
share the coins?
We didn't vote for this. Steve, who do you want to hold this for you?
Oh my god, this
Okay,
is fucking bullshit then.
Hey, Steve.
Are you kidding me?
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Dude,
Are
you
you
just gave him a
insane?
coin for
I just
punching
gave
Elise.
Steve a coin. You
For punching
fucking
Elise.
crazy, you sound. Steve, did I just give you a coin to hit Elise? No, of course I didn't.
And he did it again. He does
Oh my
whatever the
God.
fuck you want, and then you give him the coin.
Wait. Has anyone even checked if he's actually dead?
Okay, it's a good question actually. Steve, do you mind checking if Strider is dead, please?
Thank you.
Okay.
This is so fucking dumb.
You guys elected him.
Oh my God!
Dude,
Oh, I'm not standing near this guy.
God.
You said make sure he was dead.
In what
Oh
world
my God.
did anyone ask you that? Ridiculous.
You just give him another fucking coin?
No!
Obviously.
For killing a man?
Yes.
Come on.
You gave him a coin for snapping a neck.
Come on, I'll be in my room.
Your room? What's your room? This is fucked up.
What you got there, a Zen garden? Listen, Steve, you are my #1 in this game, okay? You know that, right?
You what?
I want to work with you. I want to team up, okay? I think we make a good pair, okay?
I won't let you down.
Okay, I won't let you down. Just go back
DuPont strategy at work.
So what do we think, guys?
I loved it. I mean, now that is great TV and even better branding.
So true. I mean, Sheets Cantina, it's genius.
I knew you guys would love it. So for our call to action, I'm thinking this. Thank you to our partner, Sheets. Do you want to break free from the ordinary? Stop by Sheets today. Why the Sheets not?
I can't wait for the next episode.
Unlucky for you, we got another cut.
It's meta. Oh, that's it? That's it? That's funny. I guess there's a part 2 coming.
Whoever survived.
Thank you for the 2K bit message from Booty Wizard. Okay, a little Silk song, mayhaps, and then a Smallville, perhaps in 1 hour. That sounds good. Skong for a bit. Oh, what's the message? I'm sorry. Well, I can't find. Oh, he said, "Hey, Atrioc, important video here from Dwarkesh. The intersection of morality and economics." Let's see.
Today I'm chatting with Louis Ballard.
This is a 1 hour video with 43K views from a month ago. And you want me to just jump into this now? Maybe I'll watch it up. I like Dwarkesh Patel. I think he's the best interviewer living currently. I think he does the best interviews. He gets very interesting guests. I'm a huge fan. I haven't seen this video particularly. I'm not going to watch it live. I love the stuff he's done with Sarah Payne. I think it's really good. But I cannot watch it live. That is just, I cannot tell.